best car, SUV, or truck, guess what? You're in luck. Frontier Motors is down the street. Got the best deals that can't be beat. Don't overpay, come in today. Doing business the old-fashioned way. Frontier, we got the right price. Frontier, we'll treat you mighty nice. Frontier Motors, low overhead country.
Yes, indeed. And we are pleased to have the owners of Low Overhead Country here in the studio, ready, willing, and certainly more than able to take any phone inquiries from you. If you'd like to get the price of a car or a truck or an SUV that you're thinking of buying or selling or trading in, you dial 478-3116, and I put you on the air with these guys here. I refer, of course, to Ivan Struckel and Ron Schneider. Good morning, gents.
Hey, Don. Thanks so much for the introduction. And once again, we have a double format here. We are on 1370 AM radio, which we've been doing going on 19 years now. And AM radio is 1370, is the oldest talk station in Pensacola. And we also videotaping this for our cable and our satellite subscribers. This is going out to Blab TV and various others formats. And we're happy to have you guys join us. If you're watching this on TV, you can't call in right now because it's a recorded show. We're doing this twice to three times a month. And but if you're listening to this on the radio, you can call us by getting, if you want a value on your car, by dialing 478-3116.
That was great. Yep, this is the Frontier Motor Show. Frontier Motors is an independent used car lot in Pensacola, Florida. I'm sure if you're listening to WCOA, you've listened to us before, or you just might have turned on 1370 on your radio, driving down the road, and the first time you heard about us. We bring to the show values, and we want you to know that there's someone out there that can help you out with a value if you're buying a car from them or not. If you have a car that maybe you're negotiating with an insurance company, you need to know the value before you settle with them. If you got in a car accident, somebody smashed your car, you might want to know a diminished value. Those are the things that we do at Frontier Motors, and a lot of other free services like Carfax. Carfax is a big decision-making process now in the car business. This happens to be a Carfax that we pulled on a car that a customer actually called in. And this particular one here has some red flags on it.
That looks like
I've
bad.
said boo.
That looks like, well, I see red. Anytime you see red on a Carfax, that's bad.
And we do this absolutely free for you. One of the other things that we do with these Carfax is we put them in every single glove box at Glove Box. What is a glove box anyways? Is it, do you put gloves in a glove box?
Not in Florida.
No. It's for, you know what it is for? It's for paper towels and owner's manuals and anything else you can stuff in there. And like my daughters do, of course, with the grandkids, they just put candy and things like that. But anyways, Carfax is in every glove box at Frontier Motors with the history report, so you don't have to beg somebody for that. And if you want a Carfax, you know, it costs $39 or $49 nowadays to run a Carfax. Why not call Frontier Motors, give us the ID number, and we'll do it absolutely free. What you reading over there?
Well, we're talking about, before we did the show here, we're talking about some of the gimmicks that I see going on in the car business. And Ron and I have been bringing up the show to people in the Pensacola area to let people know that there are honest dealerships out there. And I'm not just talking about Frontier Motors, which we consider ourselves on the top of the heap as far as how we do business. But we're trying to also get the word out there to the other dealerships in our area, or nationwide if possible, to step it up a little bit, get their honesty level up a little bit. And Ron, I read a book the other day, and one of the things, it was a lawyer book, and one of the things that said is that they were talking about themselves and their profession. They said that we are one notch above the worst profession, which is used car salesman. And they didn't mention new car salesman, they said used car salesman. And I guess that came out years ago when they had that used car movie. But Ron and I were talking the other day about gimmicks, and I can't believe that after 19 years, we still haven't got through to the media that gimmicks are something that should go in the toilet. And we got this letter in the mail, Ron. It says, I just wanted to take a moment to present you with some of the newest and latest, greatest products in direct mail for 2015. I am the founder of Blank Blank Media Company out of Orlando with over 600 clients currently using our methods to drive more quality traffic to the dealership and increase your sales. I can assure you that our reputation speaks for itself. And this is the kind of garbage that they send out to us. They send us about 10 of these different types of things. And one of the things that I'm holding up right now, win a chance to win up to $25,000 in cash. And this is this great big laminated thing, and it's got the Monte Carlo night match to win. If you lift this up, you're going to win $25,000. How to play lift tabs on the card. If you have a matching pair, you win. 4 chances to win. And you go to ABC Motors to do this, and you win $25,000 or $5,000 or $2,500, and the lowest that you can win is $100.
No way.
That's what I'm thinking.
You know,
I got to go there.
you know,
I got to go there.
what does this have to do with a quality car, a value of a car? So you're talking about values of cars. What is it? What does it have to do with that? Now, don't get me wrong. We're not after anybody. That there's some car dealerships in town that do use this. We're not citing them, and we're not after. We're not badgering. We're just saying
I would never
that-
name them because I'm embarrassed for them.
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed for them that they use this crap.
Well, it was really, really strange. Ivan and I, in the car industry, we grew up through the industry. We were involved with some of these franchise dealers that had these sales, and we hated every one of them. Hated every single one of them. And one of the things that I still remember when Ivan showed up on my footstep over there at G&G when I was working over there, which happened to be the #1 independent at that time. Let's start a place of ourselves and do it the way that we want to do it. Let's get rid of all the bad stuff and do all the good stuff that we've learned in those few years that we did that. It was about 15 years, and so far it works. And you know what? We haven't used one single thing like this.
There's never been a sale at Frontier Motors. And I make fun of car dealerships that have sales because what happens when they have a 3-day sale and the sale is over with? Let's say the sale goes through Saturday. On Monday morning, if I was a salesman, I wouldn't come to work because the sale's over with. Who's coming in on Monday? The sale is over with. At Frontier Motors, what we do on a daily basis, we give good deals to customers every single day. We don't care if you're a first-time customer. We don't care if you're someone that's 18 years old and you're getting your first car. And we don't care if you're a customer that's bought 10 cars from us. We're going to treat you the same. And the way that we do this is very simple. Ron and I, and we have 3 sales managers that help give the salespeople a bottom line price on the car that they're looking for within a matter of minutes. Customers really enjoy the way we do business because you don't have to sit there and negotiate for 3 hours. We appraise your trade-in. We say, here's what we're asking. We will go ahead and deal on our car. This is the best deal we can do. Here's what we can give you for your trade-in. And we add the taxes, the doc fee, and the tag transfer. And we say, this is what your bottom line is going to be. Now, we give you a copy of that worksheet. And we say, if you're not sure if it's a good deal or not, go in the marketplace, compare to our competition, which is over 80 dealers in the Pensacola area, and then come on back and buy the car from us. And it works really good because we know what we're doing. We've done it long enough that we're not going to give you a high price, because if we give you a high price, we're never going to see you again.
One of the things about these programs, and then we'll move on, is they cost money. So if you're really going to have a sale,
I noticed
where do you pass that savings
I noticed
on?
they didn't tell us how much it was.
Look at this. I got a super jackpot. You pull a little letter, and then you get your.
How much
What I
did you
got? I got 2 aces. How much have I win?
You get nothing. But here, I like this right here, Ron. This is the sale of the century.
I got 2 aces, and
It
I
says-
win anything.
It says on here, a sale of the century, and it says huge liquidation sale.
Huh?
Due to the overwhelming response, only 1 vehicle per family allowed.
Oh man,
That's a crime. What
Can't
if I
buy
want
2
to buy
cars?
2?
I
You
can't
can't.
buy.
You can't. You can only
No.
buy 1 because the deals are so great they can only afford to give 1 away.
Let me give you an example. I went up to the hunting camp 2 weeks ago, and I went through Crestview. And if you go north on 85 in Crestview, it kind of gets scattered out, and it gets a little thinner up there. Well, out in this great big huge field, they're moving cars in on Friday night. I went up on Friday night, and I stay up there on Saturday, Sunday, and I come back on Monday. And they had carloads of cars, and they were having a big sale. One of these. Come to this place. Come here. Now I come back on Monday, and I'm coming back, and there's only about 6 cars left, and they're loading them up on car carriers. What happens if on Tuesday your car breaks? Do you go back to the field and look for somebody to help you out? Do you go back on Wednesday? What happens a week? We had a customer the other day bought a car from us, and a year and a half later, they went up to the Dodge dealership to get something fixed. And they found out that it was the reason that they were getting it fixed, that somebody had actually hit something on the road and popped off a piece of metal that injured it. Well, they weren't going to cover it under warranty. We said we didn't know anything about that. They said they didn't know anything about that. We chipped in $151 and fixed the problem. Now, if you got one of these big sales and you're going to a parking lot somewhere, to a mall, or you're going to a deal, where are they going to be when you come back? We'll move on. That's gimmicks like that.
Yeah.
And what does it have to do again with value? It doesn't have anything to do with value and the customer relationship and taking care of the customer after the sale. We don't really like it. Ivan and I know it's out
Well,
there.
that's why we're bringing it up, because it's kind of it's almost comical to me as far as I'm concerned that anybody would actually fall for this. But as this gentleman said, they have 300 clients, 300 car. This is all for car dealerships.
Yeah.
300 car dealerships that are now using this. They're making money doing it, and people are still falling for it. And that's why we're getting the word out, folks, that there's no such thing as a sale in the car business. This is not Sears. It's not J.C. Penney's. The car prices doesn't change. Do not change. The only time there might be a difference if it's a new car dealership and they have a rebate that's expiring. Let's say, for example, they have a $2,000 rebate and it ends on January 31st. Well, we don't know what the rebate's going to be. Ron and I were new car dealers for a while. The dealership really is in the dark as far as what's going to happen on February 1st. Does that rebate really end? Are they going to extend it, or are they going to increase it? So they keep the dealer in the dark because we don't want to lie to the customers. But if that's the only time that you might want to take advantage of something, if they have a rebate that says they're going to end. But it still doesn't change the cost to the dealership as far as what they paid for that car. And a complete joke in the used car department, because if I paid $10,000 for a car, whatever does it? When does it become a sale?
It doesn't. It
You know,
doesn't.
I know I've got to sell it for a profit to stay in business. So the only time that there can be any negotiating is how much profit do I want to make. Some dealerships, they won't sell a car unless they make $4,000 profit. And some dealerships that have lower overhead can stay in business by making $700 to $1,000 profit. So it really depends on which dealer you should go to. And that's why we urge you to shop around. But we also urge you to check with Frontier Motors before you sign any document, to double check to see if it's a good deal or not. And we'll be straight up with you and tell you if you got a good deal, go ahead and buy it if you like the car. If you don't have a good deal, maybe you'll buy from us, or maybe you'll use that information to negotiate at the dealership that you're at.
This is our first show in 2015 for our TV viewers.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. And they got in the Cars.com section of the Pensacola News Journal, they had the best-selling cars in December 2014. What do you think, Don? Best-selling cars.
Don knows this by now. We've been doing this for 19 years.
Yeah, he knows the trick question.
If you get this wrong, you're canceled.
I'm going to do it because the News Journal even got it wrong, because it's not the best-selling cars.
Yeah,
what's the best-selling vehicle in
F-150.
December? You got it. And what's second?
F-150.
Now he's having fun. The comical Don.
I'm gonna guess it's Chevy Silverado.
You got it. And guess what's third, which has never been third before?
It's never been third before. Then I would have to say it's a Dodge Ram.
Ram pickup truck. Yeah, here
So
it
the
comes.
top three are pickup trucks.
Vehicles.
That
Vehicles.
is unbelievable. That
Yeah.
includes cars, pickup trucks, SUVs.
Yeah,
That is phenomenal.
And then the total turnaround, number 4, Honda CRV.
No way.
Yeah.
Now,
Camry-
that's an
Camry
SUV,
wasn't-
right?
Yeah, from a pickup truck to a CRV. That's a SUV.
Oh,
It's a little SUV
yeah, it is a little
redesigned.
SUV.
Yeah.
Great little
But
little
normally the
SUV.
Camry is number 2.
Yep. Nissan, number 5. Nissan Altima, number 5. Here comes Camry, number 6.
Oh, they slip.
Ooh, Honda, number 7. Accord. At number 8, Toyota Corolla or Matrix. Number 9, Ford Escape. Ford's up there again. Number 10, Honda Civic. Those were the best-selling automobiles in December 2014. That's new. So we're in the used car business, but today's new car is tomorrow's used car. So we got to tell you about that. What do you got over there?
Well, the nice thing about Frontier Motors is that because we're an independent dealership, we don't have to sell you a car. In other words, we kind of make fun of our salesmen once in a while because we said, don't sell a customer a car. Have them buy and pick out a car. And the reason that's nice is because when you have 300 to 350 cars in inventory, ranges every time. Once in a while, we'll get 3 truckloads in and we'll sell them. But we range anywhere from 300 to 350. We have all makes and models. So it makes it really easy for us to help you pick out a car. You tell us what you want. But that way we can be unbiased as far as telling you, well, this is a good car, this is a bad car. Now, if we were, for example, a Lexus dealership, we would tell you all the reasons why Lexus is the number one product ever. Don't even think about going to a BMW dealership. Of course, if you're a BMW dealer, you'll tell them why their car is better and more fun to drive than the Lexus. Well, we sell them all, and I can tell you, because I don't care what you buy, that in a subcompact car, I just got my Consumer's Reports last night in the mail, Ron.
Last night.
I just got it last night.
Hot off the press. Don.
ink is
Don,
still-
hot off the press.
The ink
First
still
time
smells.
1370s ever reported this.
Subcompact car, which is the smallest car they make category, the number one car that consumers recommends by being the best value is a Hyundai Accent. Now
No way.
Ron, that is on top of
I'm writing this down.
the Chevy,
So you
the
don't change your
Toyota, the Honda. The Hyundai Accent is number one. When you go to the next segment, which is a compact car, it's a little bit bigger. The number one car is a Toyota Prius, and then the Subaru Impreza, and then the Hyundai Elantra. So the Elantra, which is a Hyundai product, again make it to the top 3. The next level, which is a luxury subcompact, the number one car in a luxury subcompact, which is kind of a smaller car, is the Buick Regal.
I feel like I'm on an award show.
The Buick Regal. Better than the Acura, the BMW, the Lexus, the Volkswagen, the Buick Regal. I love the fact that the domestic has made it to the top of the rankings, Consumers Reports. And years ago, Ron, I've been doing this since I was probably 21 years old as far as getting these magazines and looking at them. There always used to be that you never would see a domestic vehicle ever in the rankings that are recommended, actually rated better on Consumers Reports, and right after that, it's the Maxima. So I've got other categories here, but if you want me to share this with you, if you don't subscribe to Consumers Reports, if you come to Frontier Motors, what we do is we have these books available to the customers if they want to breeze through them. We have the new car cost guides at the dealership. The reason we keep these around, that if you would decide to buy a brand new car and we can't talk you into 2015 used or 2014 used, we have the cost guide so that if you are going to buy a new one, we can let you know what the dealer cost is on a brand new car. And of course, our whole claim to fame at Frontier Motors is that we're going to let you know what the vehicle you're driving is worth. So if you do decide to buy a new car, we always urge you to buy from our local dealerships. And we show you how to buy from our local dealerships, how to get a good deal at our local dealerships so you don't go outside the area. And we'll praise the trade-in for you. And sometimes people really would rather just sell us the trade and be done with it so they can go negotiate their own deal at the new car dealership. But if you want to use it for a trade-in, the worst that can happen is we'll tell you what they should be appraising it for.
Absolutely. If you want to view a few of the cars I'm about to talk about, you can go to our website at frontiermotorsinc.com. Also, if you'd like to watch the show, you can go to YouTube and sign up with YouTube, and then every time we get a new show, they text you or they email you or they do something.
Oh, they like us on Facebook, too.
Oh, like us on Facebook. Yeah, you got to like us on Facebook. Like us on Facebook and subscribe to YouTube. There we go. Cameraman's helping me. Everybody's out there and saying, wouldn't you like to drive a $40,000 SUV, but you just don't have $40,000? Maybe you went to the Honda dealership. Nothing Honda dealership. We got a great Honda dealership here. If you're going to buy a new Honda, you got to go over here to Pensacola Honda. But if you want to drive a $40,000 Ridgeline with navigation.
What's that? What is the Ridgeline?
Ridgeline is a pickup truck type vehicle. It's a quad cab, got a little small bed in the back, $28,900 used. That's a $10,600 savings. You add the tax, that's $636 savings. If you were going to finance the brand new car, the payment is going to save you $166 in payment, and interest is $1,380. Total savings $12,600, and you're driving a $40,000 vehicle. Here's another one. Here's a $44,828 BMW. We traded this in from some people from Destin.
What type of BMW?
It's a convertible, 325 CI convertible. And they kept it in their garage down there, and they really took care of this. All the service records are there. Everything's on. It's got just turned 100,000 miles. We took a picture with them because they're retired. They're older folks, and we thought if you saw this picture with them, you might think that they took care of it.
Why do you think that? Is it because the perception out there that older people take better care of their cars? So, the little old lady drove the church car. In other words, they don't beat their car.
I'm kind of going.
That's why.
I'm kind of going in that direction.
And that's why we take a picture of those customers to show you that we're not making this up. It's not some 16-year-old kid that got it for a graduation present, decided to beat the heck out of it, right?
And went to college.
went to college with it.
$10,900, $44,000 car. There's not one scratch, dent, or ding in this car. It's a convertible. It's absolutely beautiful. So if you got a son or daughter out there that you got to send to college, here it is, $10,000
with a BMW,
$900.
That'll be the day.
Ivan's been buying some some 2015s. Here's one of our first Ford Explorer 2015. This is an original window sticker. Now, why do we keep those around? We keep those around for you, the consumer, because we don't want you to say to me, Ivan, or any of our 11 salespeople, I can buy a new one for that. You can't buy a new one for that. Otherwise, we wouldn't have bought this. We bought this $40,590 Ford Explorer Limited. It's got like 8,000 miles on it.
Yeah, very low miles.
35.8. That's crazy. That's $5,000 saved you instantly, and you don't have to go and arm wrestle a sales manager. You don't have to go and arm wrestle a new car guy. It's here at Frontier Motors, and it's really, really pretty. A lot of new technology, navigation, and all those things. Some of these we keep around in the cars. If we find a original window sticker, we'll put it in the glove box with those Carfax. Makes you a little bit more comfortable, knows what type of equipment on, and we can help you out with that.
And the Suburbans, you haven't mentioned the Suburbans around. The Suburbans, we're selling 2015 Suburbans about $8,000 less than a brand new one.
Ooh, they're not going to like
We've got one in stock, and we have ability to get 5 or 6 more. So these are cars that have between 10 and 13, maybe 15,000 miles on them. Leather interior, electric sunroof, navigation, and I get sticker shock when I look at some of these new cars. And I'm sure that if you go out to the new car dealership, the same thing is going to happen to you. A new Suburban, I saw one the other day, Ron. It was actually, it wasn't even a Suburban, it was a Tahoe, an LTZ, which is the fancy one. The window sticker on this particular vehicle is $72,000, and this is for a Chevrolet. And I was just, I remember the Escalade being that price, and now the Escalades, they're topping over at over $90,000 for some of them. So I'm still trying to figure out how the average person, even somebody above average, would be able to afford a payment. Let's say even if you're making $100,000 a year, that's a lot. To get a decent payment, you got to put down $30,000.
Can I be above average? I've never been above average. Never was in high school.
Never made
you and I
it.
went to high school together. We were never above average in high school. But,
We were quite a bit below average.
yeah, I know, but we had a lot of fun in high school, so we could be in the fun part. We could be above average.
Yeah, the only trade we ever learned was the car business because we never went to college. So we had a 4-year head start on anybody else that went to college and then went into car business.
Well, now I feel pretty good. We're rated right below the attorney, and the attorney had to go to school for 6 to 8 years.
No, we're above the attorneys.
Oh, we're above the attorneys?
We're above the attorneys.
And we didn't even have to go to school. We're pretty good.
I know. That is. I always find that comical. That you can,
Frontier Motors, located at 230 Beverly Park. We're an independent used car dealer. We sell more used cars than anybody in our area, including some of the new franchises. That's single point. I know that somebody might brag and say, they sell more cars than us, and they have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dealerships. We sell more used cars at Frontier Motors than anybody in our area, and there's a couple big reasons. A lot of them we've already mentioned. I think what the thing that I think the consumer can want on watching on television here today, and they're listening on the radio, is we have this information. And the big thing about it is we're willing to share it. When Ivan and I started in the new car business, we had to learn all of this product knowledge. But the funny thing about it is they didn't want us to share too much of this with the consumer because it was like, you don't want to give them too many secrets. You don't want to do this because then they're going to go here, then they're going to go there. We believe that if we give you enough information, that you will make a decision while you're at Frontier Motors. Now, if you got to go home and think about it one day, that's fine. We don't have the pressure tactics. We don't have those meetings where the sales manager stands up there and says, hey, take your customers, stand on their armpits, grab them by the ankles, and shake every last nickel out of them. We don't believe in that. We believe just what Ivan said earlier about 10 minutes ago. Let you buy a car. Let us not sell you a car. And so many people come to Frontier Motors time after time after time. I met 3 people this past week that are on number 10 cars from Frontier Motors. Their family and themselves have bought 10 cars. And the reason for that is because we treat them with dignity. We treat them with respect, and we treat them the way they want to buy a car, not the way that we want to sell them a car. And it makes a big difference in this world. And we're real proud of it. And we're in our 19th year. Our website is frontiermotorsinc.com. Frontiermotorsinc.com. Go there and look at some nice cars.
and what we do, other than sell cars, is we give. I mean, I really think that our advice position gives us a heads up on everybody else. What I mean by that is that if you have a problem with a car deal, a car sale, a registration, how to get a car set up for sale, how you should advertise a car, what you should do to a car to make it ready for sale if you're going to sell the car yourself. These are all things that we do at Frontier Motors by giving advice to people without making them feel obligated that, hey, you got to buy a car from us. And the same thing, we talk about the appraisal process that we have for our customers, that if you're going to buy a brand new car at one of our local dealerships or a used car, let's say you found a used car dealership or a private individual that has a used car, bring us the trade-in. We'll either write you a check for it, or we're going to let you know what you should get for a trade-in from the particular dealer. So we're not there to kink the deal. And we do this on a daily basis, except for Sunday. We're closed on Sunday. And our salespeople have been taught by us to make sure that when you come in, what they're going to do is help you with the appraisal. They're going to scan the ID number. Everything's done by phones these days. That's why it goes so quick. You don't have to spend a half a day getting a value on your car. We can get you a value on your car usually within 15 minutes, unless we're super slam busy. So within 15 minutes, we can say, here's what we'll write a check for. Here's what your trade-in would be, and here's what you should sell it for if you decide to sell it outright. And that really helps our customers, and they love us for it because they might not buy a car from us that particular time, but the next time when they need a dealership that they're going to refer somebody to, they refer them to Frontier Motors. And that's what it's all about, is the referral program.
Absolutely. Folks, the economy is on the side of the car lots right now. The economy is on the side of buying a good used car. Fuel, I saw today was $1.97. Somebody told me it dropped down to $1.94 over there at a racetrack. which is
In
unbelievable.
Pensacola?
In Pensacola.
Get the heck
Yeah,
out
yeah.
of here.
$1.97 all over.
$1.94 is what we had today.
$1.94. Is that right?
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
The interest rates 1.9, 2.9, 3.9, 4.9 at credit unions and banks.
On used cars.
On used cars.
On used cars.
Across the, right. Abundance of used cars. I even sent one of our buyers down to Tampa. They had a big sale down there. He was fortunate enough to fly down there, get back, and buy 8 cars at one location.
At a good price.
At a good buy. We turned to Enterprise the other day. They had some great quality 2015s. Now, we're a used car dealer, so we're keeping up with them new car guys. And to be competitive with them, you got to have a few of those. I think right now we have about probably 11 or 12 15s. Yeah. I'm going to guess. Maybe I don't know how. Maybe it's 15, but the economy's on our side. The economy's on your side, and I think this is a great time to buy. Don't get me wrong. Next week's a great time to buy, but fuel down, rates down. Navy Federal Credit Union. Look at that thing going out there. It's just. I was telling somebody the other day. Asked me, is it influencing you at all here at the car business? Every other day, I either have an employee or I have a draft come through our door at Frontier Motors. Every other day, either an employee or a draft with Navy Federal Credit Union. Thank goodness to them. Thanks to them. Debbie Caldwell and that whole big group up there. She's shopped with us before. I'm sure she shopped everywhere. But all them folks up there doing a great job. We appreciate them. Everybody at Harvesters Credit Union. Doug was in there the other day. That helps us. And Penn Air, and of course Wells Fargo Dealer Services, BB&T Bank, Fidelity National Bank. It's easy. The economy is on our side. It's on your side as a consumer. So if you're looking for a good used car and you're looking for a good price and don't want to be hassled, Frontier Motors.
Here's the 15s that we have in stock right now. We have a 2015 Volvo XC50, a 2015 Honda Pilot, a 2015 Chevy Suburban, a 2015 Lincoln MKC, a 2015 Mazda CX-5. We actually have 3 of those. A 2015 Explorer, and 4 Ultimas, 2015 Ultimas, 2015 Dodge Avenger. And that's just the 15s, folks. If I talked about the 2014s that we have with low miles on, we'd be sitting here for another 35 minutes. So again, we don't want to bore you. We've only got 2 minutes left. We do want to talk.
We sell used cars. Those are all 15s. We sell used cars. That's great stuff. I like it.
Well, we're the alternative to new. So if you're going to look at a new one, you definitely want to come to Frontier Motors to find out how much we can save you. Everybody knows what depreciation is. They just don't know how big that depreciation is. And that's what you do when you come to Frontier Motors. You find out how big the depreciation is on a half-year-old car up to a 2-year-old car. And because we have so many cars that are so new, we also take a lot of cars in trade that are under $10,000.
A depreciation story real quick before we go off the air. Praised a 2014 BMW 750iL M Sport. 2014, got 6,000 miles, $103,800 new. $65,000 I appraised it for. Didn't get it yet.
I pity the poor sap that bought it brand new. He's out there. He says, I changed my mind. I don't want it anymore. And I want to know what it's worth now. And he's like, how much did it couldn't have dropped there? I can see it drop $5,000, not $45,000.
That's crazy stuff. We got about a minute go. Frontier Motors, FrontierMotorsINC.com. The old-fashioned way of getting hold of us, 436-8080. Don't forget to go to YouTube. Don't forget to do all the other good stuff. And
you don't even know what the other good stuff is. You don't know Chat Snap or whatever.
Chat Snap, Twitter, or whatever. Facebook. That's what it is.
You can tell our age based on the fact that we don't know anything about social media.
The cameraman's got,
we do
like
know.
us on Facebook. Subscribe to YouTube. There we go.
Thanks for listening. Have a great day. Auf Wiedersehen.
Guess what? You're in luck. Frontier Motors is down the street. Got the best deals that can't be beat. Don't overpay, come in today. Doing business the old-fashioned way. Frontier, we got the right price. Frontier, we'll treat you mighty nice. Frontier Motors, low overhead country.